Well, hello everyone. I am excited today for this interview. I have the beautiful and lovely Shauna here. And let's just go ahead and jump right in and get started. Shauna, tell us about yourself.
Nice. Well, Michael, nice to meet you and nice to meet all of you, your viewers, audience. Hello. My name is Shauna and I am a dream builder coach, mindset coach, and I help people to step into their own alignment, step into their empowerment so that they can create a life that they love living and truly so that they can love every day that they're creating. That's what I do. And I'm really happy to be here to share some new ideas with you and to discuss things with you.
Yeah, so what was like the light bulb moment for you that made you decide that this was what you wanted to do, like that this was your calling?
Mhm. Well, actually, I remember it very clearly. It happened actually during COVID when, during COVID, a lot of us, everyone went
Yeah.
through some sort of transformation, a lot of challenges. And um, what happened was that something shifted inside of me where I thought that I really wanted to let go of the external world kind of
Mhm.
being in charge of the flow of my thoughts and being in charge of how I was feeling. So, yeah, during COVID, I made a decision actually to change that and to learn how to truly connect with who I am, with what I love, and to make it real in my life instead of kind of being blown by the wind of circumstance and condition, and really to tap into who I really am and the power inside. And I think that that's something that, you know, a lot of people are searching for when it comes to, um, you know, navigating life. And so
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I reached that point and started into
Yeah.
transformational. So learning transformational principles about how to change your life from the inside out, starting with the question, what do I really want in life? What brings me joy? What is my highest excitement? And learning about how that is so connected. Those questions have the power to connect us to who we truly are, our true nature. Mhm.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's think about like the person out there in the audience that's listening to this and your work. Like, what is it that you would say is their situation that they can be listening to this and say, Shauna is the perfect person who can really help me? Like, what would be going on with them? What would be their situation to kind of
Mhm.
help us with that?
Mhm. I the clients that I work with right now and up until now are clients that are feeling stuck. They're feeling trapped. Um, and they're kind of feeling trapped by not only the external circumstances around them, it could be events or situations or conditions, but also they're feeling trapped by their own thoughts. So also the people that I work with, they all have a vision, they all have a dream. And actually, when I talk to people, every person's dream is so unique. And making that shift from focusing on a daily basis to what you love and what brings you joy, as
Mhm.
opposed to what you don't want and what brings you down and what makes you feel trapped. People start to realize, like, oh, this is really truly an internal shift that I can make
Yeah.
independent of the outer circumstances. So I I help people to empower themselves through thinking about what they love and learning about how thoughts are so powerful because they create our reality.
Right.
And also, I help people to make the transition from reacting to life to creating a life that they love. Because we're not here on this planet. I don't believe that we're here to
Right.
just react to circumstances and react to, what's going on around us. We're here to create. We're here to create a life that we want. So I help my clients to shift from this kind of condition driven way of thinking and being to a creative way of thinking and a creative way of being, kind of embodying what they love, which is so unique to them.
Hmm. Awesome. So give us like an example of like maybe a success story, one that really stands out, was very transformative for someone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I have one client who, when she first came to me, she was feeling like her outer reality didn't quite match what she wanted. And this happens a lot, right? We look at our outer circumstances and we feel like a mismatch with the what we're experiencing on the outside. So she was not happy with her job. She was in people pleaser mentality where, she was constantly trying to make everyone else around her happy and constantly trying to kind of cater to other people's needs, other people's wants, but she was neglecting her own vibration. She was neglecting um, her own self-love, really. And so through the program, I teach a 90-day program called the Dream Builder program. So through that program, and giving the tools and techniques to really get on the journey of aligning yourself with you instead of aligning yourself to other people around you, other circumstances, what other people want from you. Really kind of going inside and finding your own alignment and thinking along the lines of that alignment and then seeing how your reality changes. So this particular client, she says now that she wakes up every morning and she absolutely loves the opportunity that her days bring her to create something new and
Yeah.
have these inspired ideas and follow them and see the results of, oh, wow,
Yeah.
I really want to, express my spirituality more. I really want to express with my voice more and having the bravery to do that. And she stopped caring about so much about what her friends or family thought, and she's able to speak her own truth and make those shifts. And then she finds out that, oh, actually people love this, version of me. They actually love the real me,
Right.
so much of the work is alignment requires us to be authentic with ourselves, and to really be in the current of our own life and even know, well, what is the current of my own life? What does that even look like? So yeah, that's one example. So she's, getting into more into her spirituality. She's doing her yoga classes. She's,
Mhm.
made some really wise and aligned choices when it comes to her career. So she's much happier now. So I'm really happy to be working with her.
That's an amazing story. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about the Dream Builder program. Like, why would someone listening out there say that this can work for me?
Hmm. So the Dream Builder program, it's a 12-week program that I teach. And it's really to build your dream and make it real. And so it's a curriculum-based program. The first part of the program is all about designing your dream. So when we think about designing our dream, it's like if I asked you, Michael, what would you really love? What do you really want in your life?
Right.
And we talk about 4 different domains. So there's health and wellness, love and relationships, time, money, freedom, and career and creative expression. So all of us are creating results right now in those 4 domains. Some of those results we may be in love with. We're like, oh, I'm already living the dream in this domain. And in other domains, maybe we're not so in love with the results that we've created up until now. So the first part of the dream program is to look at those 4 domains and take a look at the areas that you would most love to improve and design this dream, this energetic blueprint of what you would love. Because the idea is that everything in the universe is created twice, first in thought and then in reality or in form. So the idea is to create this vision of what you would love that truly aligns with your core values, that truly aligns with the question, well, why am I here on this planet? And creating that dream that is true to who you truly are. And then that's the designing phase of the dream builder. And then we go in, or the building phase. Then we go into tapping into the intuition.
Right.
We do a lot of forgiveness practices to raise the vibration. So the idea is that whatever you would love is on the frequency of love. And
Right.
in the universe, we talk about different frequencies of or vibrations of feelings. So when we're feeling love and joy and gratitude, those are very high vibrational states of being. And, if we're feeling, contractive energies or denser energies like anger or hate or regret, things like that, those are lower vibrations. So whatever you would love, the reason you would love that, like if you say, oh, I would love to, whatever it is that you would love to do, whatever that is, you would love to do that because you feel that in the having of that or the experiencing of that you're going to feel happy. You're going to feel high vibe. So the idea is that, okay, well, here we are now in the current reality, and this is where we would love to be. So we want to raise the vibration and really create a relationship with the vision of what we would love. So when we create this close relationship, a very kind of intimate relationship with that vision, then we're able to raise to that vibration and things start to change. Things start to shift in the 3D world.
Yeah.
So that's Dream Builder kind of in a nutshell. Yeah.
It's good that you say that because like I talk about the love vibration a lot and that it's an energy and that when you're in that energy, your thoughts change and your feelings change and then your reality changes. So that definitely
Yes.
resonates with me. So
Mhm.
if someone's on the fence, I know you have something like a free clarity call. Do you still do that? And so for someone's on the fence and they're like, oh, I don't know, maybe this is, maybe this isn't, tell us about how that can maybe, sway them and make sure that it's right for them.
Mhm. Well, I would say that, on a monthly basis, I do vision masterclasses, vision workshops. And to me, I feel that if anyone is feeling stuck, if anyone is feeling trapped or disempowered, and they would love to shift that, and they know that inside of them, they have this dream, they have this feeling of unfulfilled potential, and they are experiencing kind of symptoms of unlived life for no reason. They're feeling like, why am I feeling like this? Why am I doing this? Then I would say, you know, to those people that give yourself the gift of self-love and
Right.
check in with yourself and just kind of see it as giving yourself this gift of, taking an hour, taking 2 hours to
Yeah.
really be able to allow that true you, that authentic you, to have a voice and listen to it and hear what it says. Because, as a dream builder coach, my role is to hold the highest vibration for my clients, even when they don't hold that high vibration for themselves.
Right.
So to me, it's about giving yourself this gift of starting on the path of self-love self-transformation, and it's a joyful transformation. That's another thing. It's so much fun. It's so inspiring. So
Right.
it's, yeah, it's all good to be had.
Another thing that I talk about a lot is like inspiring and that I want to inspire you. You know what I mean? This is what I tell my audience. So again, that resonates a lot. What about the gratitude journal? Talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yes. Well, the gratitude journal, I have what I've done is I've created, I actually have a few of them here. So I have one for each season. So
Okay.
this is the winter one, and then there's one for autumn, and then there's spring and summer. So that's kind of what they look like there. And so what this practice is the gratitude, and it's called gratitude, positivity, and self-love. So,
Mhm.
over the spring, 3 months, what it is composed of is every morning, when you wake up, I do this every morning before I get out of bed. Right. I
Right.
wake up and I'm very conscious of what is my first thought when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And my vision of what I would love is to have that first thought be a thought of love, be a thought of gratitude, because there's that saying that, you win your morning and you win your day, and you win your day, you win your weeks. That's how you win, win the vibration of your
Yes.
life. So yeah, so every morning, there's space here to think of 10 things that you're happy and grateful for.
Mhm.
And as we give our attention to the good that we already have in our life, then, there's that saying that where our attention goes, energy flows. So
Right.
as we direct our thoughts to what we feel grateful for, that actually attracts to us more things into our life to feel grateful for through the law of attraction. So
Mhm.
as we raise our vibration, so there is a space for, thinking and really feeling the energy of, oh, I'm so happy and
Right.
grateful that I have running water from my tap. I'm so happy and grateful for this beautiful nature I have outside, for my friends and family, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then there's a section for self-image. So you wake up in the morning and you give yourself this intention that today, who am I going to be? What
Mhm.
kind of energy am I going to step into my day with, step into my interactions with? So today I am, who are you today? I'm
Mhm.
relaxed, I'm chilled out, I'm inspiring, whatever it is. And then there's another section here for inspired action. So really
Right.
taking action on your vision. And I encourage my clients to do this actually the night before. The night before, think about 6 things that you would love to do the following day,
Yeah.
and let your subconscious, mix with that while you're sleeping. The next morning you wake up and you already feel inspired, like, okay, I know what I'm doing today. I know what I'm creating today. It's
Right.
all in alignment with.
Yeah.
And then the next section is sending love. So love and forgiveness. You write down the names of 3 people that you would love to send love to. And you give them this wish of, may you be truly happy. May you experience love. May you know the power of forgiveness. Right. And you're sending this love to 3 different people. And then finally at the end, there is one powerful positive affirmation that you can read. They're all different, right? So every day, there's a different positive affirmation. So it takes about 5 minutes, right? 10
Yeah.
minutes. You can spend as much as you want, but it's a beautiful way to change the energy of your day. And as you do that, you actually start to change the energy of you.
Right.
And this is all through the power of the thoughts. So it's kind of like, the way I see this is that taking pen to paper
Mhm.
is like a structure in the 3D that allows the thought energy to flow through that structure and create something new, right?
Yes.
So as you do that every day, you really see a difference. Yeah.
I absolutely believe that. And I think for people to understand that this is something that you have to do on a consistent basis. I talk about commitment and consistency being very important, and that
Mhm.
it takes that time and that repetition for the results when people want the instant results. And so that
Yeah.
I like the idea that you have that journal and you talk about that every day you get into that routine. And so I can definitely see how that has that result over time for people.
Yes. Yeah, it's so true. And to that point, Michael, the mind loves repetition. The
Mhm.
mind loves repetition, right? So
Yes.
much of our habitual behavior is repetition, right? We wake up at the same time every morning. We brush our teeth, we take a shower, we have breakfast, right? This is repetition. So as far as thoughts go in the mind, so many of us may have been experiencing or have experienced that time in our life where we're just on a repetitive negative loop,
Right.
where we're thinking about what happened 10 years ago. This person said this to me, this experience happened to me. And the mind is engaging in this negative repetition. So, or if you're watching the news every day or something like this, it's
Mhm.
constant, negative repetition. So as you invite positive repetition into your life,
Yeah.
it it totally, the mind loves it, right? And it
Yeah.
it takes you on a trajectory totally different trajectory of your life, moving in a totally expansive, freer, fuller expression. That is really our true nature.
Yeah, and also I talk about that you're attracting a different energy to you when you're putting yourself in that vibration. So it also attracts the energy that you want to have in your reality, and then that you begin to create your reality from. So,
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, it's so easy to see this in other people, right? If we think of your best friend or a close family member, you can kind of you can feel the essence of them, or I like to call it the energetic signature. So you can feel the energetic signature of that person, and it's so easy to kind of see like what that energetic signature is attracting to it. Well, the same thing is true for us, right? We have our our thoughts, our repetitive thoughts become beliefs. And
right,
those beliefs, those predominant beliefs, have this magnetic power to change our being, to influence the people around us, to influence our conditions, right? To influence what opportunities are attracted to us or what opportunities don't come our way, or what opportunities come our way, but we say, no, that's not really me to, because it doesn't match with my energetic signature on that subconscious level, right?
yeah,
So kind of looking at our own belief system, and what do I believe? What do I believe about money? What
hmm,
do I believe about health? What do I believe about love? What do I believe about relationships? What do I believe about life? And those beliefs consist of so many different thoughts. Some of those thoughts are, some of them have originated from our true highest divine inner being.
right,
But many of them we've kind of absorbed unconsciously, or inherited maybe through,
yeah,
family lineage, right? So questioning those thoughts and questioning, well, what do I really believe in? Beliefs are fluid. We can believe whatever we want to believe. That's the thing. So for anyone out there that's feeling stuck and feeling and having a belief that they are stuck, just know that that's not true. That
right,
that doesn't have to be your truth, right? Because all of us can grow, all of us can push out of whatever situation we're in. Because the point of power is truly within us to generate the energy through the thought power of what we want and push through any circumstances.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So we talked about, or you talked about earlier, like the experience that for the client was the most transformative. I'd like to ask you an experience when you helped a client that was the most transformative for you.
You know what? It really is a week by week journey,
Hmm.
because when I speak to my clients, and I'll think of one client in particular, in the Dream Builder program, there's, audios and curriculum to go through, but we also have a Zoom call every week. And at the beginning of that Zoom call, we always share the win of the week and
Okay.
gratitude. what you're proud
Yes.
of, taking action on.
Yeah.
So really, it's this gradual, incremental shifting into empowerment and deeper self-love every week. That is what is most powerful to me, because it's such a process. And as my clients start to love the process of transformation,
Hmm.
love the process of each and every day stepping more into the power of the love that's within them,
Yeah.
and choosing love every day, choosing love every week, and seeing the reflection of that being
Right.
reflected back to them, that's the biggest thing for me. Yes. It's that slow, gradual, deep growth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's why a program like this sounds so interesting to me, because I think it is a process. And I think people
Mm-hmm.
don't understand it that way enough. And that's why this is so exciting for me, because you have to go through a process for change. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, and you've created a process for people to follow and get that energy, that new energy of the new version of them. And so that's why I like what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. And I must say the Dream Builder program that I am teaching, that curriculum has been created by the Brave Thinking Institute. So the founder of that, her name is Mary Morrissey, and she's a top leader in personal development, along with Bob Proctor and other people like that. So the curriculum that I'm teaching, I just want to put it out there, is that it has been created by the Brave
Mhm.
Thinking Institute, and they have been studying and teaching transformation for the last 40 years. So they go deep into these, how these universal laws work, the law of attraction, the law of vibration being one of the primary laws, law of cause and effect, law of abundance, law of supply. So studying how these principles and how these universal laws work, and kind of getting on the side of how things work,
Yeah.
so that you just allow that energy to flow to and through you, and you start to create your life in a totally new way.
So talk about the certification that you have actually.
Sure. Yeah. So with the Dream Builder program, it's a quite a rigorous uh, coaching certification program. And uh, I myself have been through the program, of course. And then we
Yes.
study the program, we're tested on that program, and we have, coaching certification. So the way that goes is that, if anyone is interested in, you know, going through this work and then eventually becoming a Dream Builder coach, they're able to do that by, studying, joining classes, and then actually going through the curriculum and making sure that they can deliver that curriculum in the way it is intended to be delivered. So with that program, every week there's a different topic for every week. So designing your dream, testing your dream, defining your dream, connecting with your intuition, connecting
Mhm.
with your joy. We do actually 2 weeks on forgiveness. So there's a lot of forgiveness work to do too. The reason for that is
Yes.
that when we're holding on to any feelings of resentment, or maybe in the past people have been betrayed and haven't forgiven yet,
Mhm.
that denser energy is actually holding the vibration down. So for us to ascend through that energy and actually get to the vibration of what we would love, which is on the
Mhm.
frequency of love, then we have to have a forgiveness practice. And that's why we do that daily with the gratitude journal. It's a daily practice. And so, that's a part of it as well. So kind of learning all of these steps in transformation, and then finally being able to deliver the Dream Builder program, which is a reliable, repeatable system of success. And
Mhm.
thousands of people around the world have been through the Dream Builder program, and they have successfully transformed their lives in whatever way, that means to them and their alignment. So with the Brave Thinking Institute, the core values are that we believe in people,
Yeah.
right? And the power inside of you is far greater than any power external in circumstances, right? And also this kind of feeling of deep love and care. That's another one of our core values, is that we really care for the clients, we care for the work that we're doing, and living this work ourselves. So another core value is integrity, is that we practice what we are teaching, and we live by these principles. And
Yeah.
also having fun. Fun is a big core value with Dream Builder, what we're doing, because this is, fun is like high vibe, joyful, inspired energy. So the Dream Builder program is a fun program, right? Then what could be more fun than connecting on a daily basis with what
Yeah.
you love?
Right.
What could be more fun than that, right? And
Right.
then, of course, the belief in growth, that we are
Mhm.
constantly growing. We are constantly, we don't get a choice to create our life or not. Even
Yeah.
if we sit on the couch all day and watch Netflix, we're still creating that day, right?
Right.
So this kind of belief in growth. So as a dream builder coach, those are my core values.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of core values of the program as well.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So I know you talked about having like 20 years of experience. I want to get an idea for the audience, a sense of like, what has that been,
Mhm.
for you?
Yeah. Well, I would say that, you know, for me growing up, I was always interested in philosophy and religion. My family is a mixed culture family, right? So my father, he's from India, my mom is Canadian. So we were constantly talking about philosophy and the universe and different religions and Hinduism and Buddhism. And then at a young age, I entered martial arts, and I still do martial arts now. And
Okay.
that's been a big part of my life, studying Buddhist principles and
Right.
other religions as well. And I
Mhm.
found that when I entered this work in manifestation and transformation, it completed everything for me, because
Yeah.
it really gave me permission. I would say I was able to give myself permission to see my mind in a new way.
Right.
And to so there's this question of, why do we have the mind? Why do we have our minds?
Yeah.
And with transformation, it's like this idea that, well, the reason we have our mind is to create what we want, to create happiness, to create joy, to create love. That's why
Mhm.
we have this mind. And so for me, all of these years of studying, different courses in different religions or Buddhism or personal development, when I clicked into this path that I'm on now,
Mhm.
it really was so empowering to me, because I was like, wow, I can use my mind and I can use my thoughts to
Right.
create more love in my life.
Yeah.
So that was new for me. So that's why I am so dedicated to this work, and I love it, because I felt like after all those years, it finally clicked. All of this, everything made sense finally, and it clicked in a new way. And I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to tomorrow to see how it clicks even further. you
Right.
know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It sounds so simple, but yet that's what it is, that connecting to, I call it just growing in awareness. It's like the more you become aware, enlightenment really to me is just awareness. And the more aware you are, the more enlightened you are.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, awareness is key, right? Awareness of our own thoughts,
Mhm.
awareness of our internal guidance system that we've always had.
Yeah.
We like getting in touch with all of these, the mental faculties that we have, the thoughts that we have, the feelings, and kind of bringing them together as you know that we've been gifted with, and we've
Yeah.
all been with these beautiful creative tools, and learning how to use them, and becoming, you're so right, becoming
Yeah.
aware of how to use them. And
Hmm.
once in a while, if we go through a time or an event or a situation where we're feeling blocked or we're feeling trapped, it's like, okay, it's okay, because now I know how to get back into my
Yeah.
center. I know how to get back into my creative being. I know how
Right.
to get back to love. Right.
Yeah.
So even if we fall off track temporarily, or, we're kind of, you know, off course,
Right.
that's okay, because we know how to get back. So that's why, with my clients, I'm so happy to work with them, because they can use the principles that they learn in Dream Builder again and again and again as they continue to navigate through life. Not only that, they can teach it to their kids, they can teach it to
Hmm.
their family members, their friends. And people start to say, how are you so happy today? And how are you navigating through all
Right.
this? And
Yeah.
there are reasons why, because they have that awareness, they have the awareness.
Yeah. So what do you think is like the number one thing that holds people back from, building their dream and creating their reality the way that they would like it to be?
Oh, that's such a good question. I believe at this moment in time, the thing that holds people back the most is a lack of awareness of their own power, which
Hmm.
is their thought power.
Yeah.
Being kind of in a state of not knowing how much influence, vibrational and attractive power each and every thought they have is. So what holds people back is that they're they're thinking again and again and again of what they don't want.
Right.
And because they think again and again and again about what they don't want, they end up creating more of what they don't want,
Right.
because of the universal law of thinking. There's a law of thinking that says thoughts become things. So as you gain awareness of that, at first it's kind of scary, like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking all these negative thoughts. That means I'm creating I'm co-creating with the universe here, and I'm
Yeah.
creating things that I don't want. But the more you study how it works and learn how it works, then you start to experience, like, oh, I have a choice now. I can choose about what I love. I can choose an expansive thought, right? So that's the thing that holds us back, is that we're thinking about what we don't want more
Right.
than thinking about what we do want. And also, I think what keeps people stuck is that they are not giving themselves permission to feel good.
Right.
And they've gotten used to, there's a certain paradigm or belief system that has kind of guided them into thinking that it's okay if you don't feel good in life. It's
Right.
okay. It's okay to not feel good. It's okay to put up with a circumstance or a situation that you really don't like. Just grit your teeth and bear it.
Yeah.
And, when you really start on the journey of self-love, you start on that journey of self-love, and you start to have new thoughts of, like, I want to feel good. I deserve to feel good. I would love to feel good, right? It's
Yes.
making that shift. So I think those two things combine. Number one, thinking what keeps people stuck is they think more about what they don't want than what they do want, and they're not giving themselves permission to want to feel good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so simple. You know what I mean? But yet it's what it is. And I think that's the biggest leap for people to come to an awareness of, is like it really is that simple. The hard part, I think, is creating the consistency for people in a new, way of thinking, in a new way of feeling. And again, it brings us back to what you do with the program. The gratitude journal, I think, is amazing. The self love
Mm-hmm.
teaches you about yourself. And if you don't love yourself, it's also starts with knowing yourself, getting to know yourself. And so you have these things in place. Do you work with just individuals or with groups or both?
I work with both. Yeah, I work with both. I work with individuals if they would love that. A lot of people do love that. And I
Mm-hmm.
also work with groups. And a lot of people love groups because, it's so beautiful in the group classes because at the beginning of the Dream Builder program, we're having the classes and everyone is sharing what they would love, what their vision is. And each person's dream, everyone has a dream within them somewhere.
Yes.
And each person's dream is so unique,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when I have a class of dream builders, different people are talking about what they love and what they would love and what their dream is and where they would love to live or what they would love to experience. And it's so inspiring to hear the dreams of other people. And then as we go through the program week by week, we're all learning the same principles. We're all using the same techniques, the same tools of transformation, but everyone is applying them in their own unique way for their own unique vision.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the weekly calls, when people are sharing their gratitude and what they're proud of, themselves for taking action on, which is so important, because it sends a really strong signal to the subconscious mind and the subconscious paradigms that, hey, things are changing now. We're on a new track, right? So it's important to acknowledge your own growth for a number of reasons. But it's so nice because, week by week, you can see people shifting into more joy, more happiness. And they're taking action. They're actually taking action to make it real, to make it their reality. And so being a part of a group there's just so much momentum in that group and sharing the energy and sharing this belief, because belief also is one of the most powerful resources that we have. Inspiration, belief, right? A lot of times we think of resources as like time and money and people, but belief and inspiration, these are such valuable resources. So when you're in a group setting, you can feel that energy and that energy is being shared, right? So it's really nice.
Awesome. So that's everything that I have. Just leave us with two things. One, what should everyone understand as to, again, to kind of summarize why you're able to help them, why when they're feeling stuck that you can help them, and then just anything else that you'd like to leave us with.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, to answer that question, I help people to pinpoint, to find what's blocking them, because we need to know what the blocks are, right? So we
Right.
find these energetic blocks, we find the blocks in the thinking, we find the blocks in the belief system. That's number one. And then number two, through the program that I teach, people are able to create such a close, loving, inspiring, joyful, and fun
Yeah.
relationship with what they would love, which is who they are, creating this relationship with their vision. So once you are aware of your own blocks and you release the blocks and you let the blocks go and you connect energetically through the Dream Builder program with that vision, then you are on your way. You are on your way to leaving the old version of you behind, leaving that old story behind, and really stepping into the next best evolution of you, the next best version of yourself. So if anyone, wants to let go of that old energy, let go of the same old story, and step into a life that's full of what they want, full of what they love, they can do it. All of us can do it, because
Yeah.
we all have the power of these gifts that we have, the power of the gifts that we have. So learning how to use those gifts to create what we want is available to all of us.
Awesome. Awesome. And so where can people find you? Where can people join the program? Please
Oh,
tell
that's
us.
great. Yeah. So um, my website, I have a monthly vision masterclass. All are invited. And that's at shaunaalexandria.com. So shaunaalexandria.com. I'll leave you the link, Michael.
Okay. And I'll put that in the
And they
description.
connect. They can connect on Facebook. My YouTube channel, of course, is at Shauna Alexandria. And what else? Yeah, that's those are the biggest things I would say. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Shauna, thank you for joining me. It's been an amazing interview. I really, really endorse what you're doing. I've looked at it. Many of the things that you talk about, the concepts that you talk about, your approach, I resonate with greatly. And that's why I wanted to do this interview with you. So thank you for joining me. And please, everyone, if you are stuck, if you're in any way feeling like this program can help you, it can, trust me, and it will. Many blessings to everyone. Thank you for joining. Take care.